Hello, everybody. In this video, I'm just going to cover a couple of things. It's not going to take too long, just little updates, stuff like that. First of all, we'll talk about the course. We're about halfway through it. So unlike OSHA regulations, which are somewhat cut and dried and relatively easy to follow, risk management not like that at all. There are very many theories around. In this course, I hope you'll learn at least one way to handle it. And in the future, you may find out better ways, or you may decide to try something a little different. But this course is going to try to give you at least one way to do it. Now, on assignments, when you turn your assignment, I don't need to have the questions on your assignment that you send back. If you want to do it, that's fine. But if you do that, separate your answer from the questions. Simply just start them on the next line is fine. At least I'll be able to look at it and I'll be able to tell what's the answer and what's the question. And if you do answer with just the answers and not the question, that's fine too, but keep the numbers. They're not numbered. It's really hard to follow. So number them anyhow. And it's okay not to quote the entire paragraph if the answer is contained in that paragraph. For example, if it's something that says like who's to be trained in something and you answer employees, but the answer is employees who are involved in the process, then your answer is incorrect. So you have to have enough of that answer to make it correct, not just don't take too short a shortcut. All right. Now you got to see a lot of these CSB videos. CSB is a chemical safety board. It's a government organization that has no power other than to recommend. That's why at the end of each one of those, you see a lot of recommendations they do. But there's a lot we can learn from these videos. Number one, these are real accidents where real people get killed and injured. These are the things that can happen when safety is not given proper attention and followed. So you can never coast in safety. And people make mistakes. We know that. We make mistakes. Everybody does. So when companies should recognize this and put procedures into place that take that into consideration, such as maybe on some critical things, there should be two people doing it. I worked in nuclear weapons. Nuclear weapons, there was a hard and fast law. Anytime there was a nuclear weapon, that was called a no-lone zone. No one person could ever be alone with a nuclear weapon, obviously for security reasons. Two people have a lot less chance of being compromised than just one. And we took that seriously, and the culture was very, very safe around nuclear weapons. And that was the entire culture. And that's what you want to do in your plant, too. You want to have a culture around safety. Interlocks and other safety devices cannot be easily bypassed or defeated. You'll see that throughout this. Training is an ongoing process. Near misses should not be ignored. Frequently, the thought is, phew, that was close, and they move on. They should be investigated as if they were accidents, or they probably will be. When something changes, all policies should be reviewed, particularly operating procedures and safety systems. People who are actually doing the job should be part of this process. When I worked in a plant that made mattress pads, we had a sonic quilting machine. Polyester fiber came in from the back. It was on rolls through over a roll that had pins on it. It had some kind of design on it, and it was sonically quilted, other than like a quilting machine, but without needles and thread. And we had the roll was about 12 feet wide and about 14 inches in diameter, had pins on that gave you the design on it. And one day we got in a roll that was about 15 inches in diameter. And nobody, including me, even picked up on them. We thought it was bigger, but it fit on the machine and worked just fine. So we didn't really think about it. But as this material, 3 layers of material approached the roll, there was a bar across to kind of put tension on to keep it against the roll. And this bar was about 2 inches away from the regular roll. So there was plenty of room to get your hand in there when you're feeding the material through. But this new roll was bigger. So there was only about 3/4 of an inch between the bar and the roll. So the first time they started up, nobody picked on that, including the operator. He stuck his hand in there and it got stuck, and the pins that stuck up out of this pin roll degloved the back of his hand, took all the skin off. It was very painful for him, and it was a mess. Why? Because something changed and nobody caught it. All safety systems must operate as intended. Check them. You'll see throughout these videos. One of the things that you'll see is alarms on systems either don't function or they're turned off. Frequently, they're turned off. Why? Because they become a nuisance. So safety systems should always be working. It's said that OSHA regulations are written in blood. Unfortunately, these videos support that saying. Accident victims frequently say, we've always done it that way, or I've done it that way 1,000 times, never got hurt. Well, it only takes once to get seriously injured. So I hope you enjoy the safety videos. I find it very informative. and they bring a quality of production that's hard to duplicate without the resources that they have. So that's one thing I like about it. So good luck on the rest of the course. I hope you enjoy it, and good luck in your career.